Hey everyone, it's Mike here from Mike Hillman Photography. Something a little bit different for you today. It's a bit of a vlog, I suppose, of a shoot that I did last weekend, the 15th of June. I went over to Wales, which I do quite regularly. I went over to the coast, over to the Talyllyn Railway, which is one of the railways I'm actually involved with in various different ways. And one of those ways is doing some photography over there. I do an awful lot of photography over on the Talyllyn. And I was over there this weekend and I was capturing some photographs during the Anything Goes Gala weekend, or the Anything Goes Gala day, and I decided to bolt my action camera onto the top of my DSLR so that we can actually have what I'm calling the camera eye view of what's happening. So you're literally seeing exactly what the camera is seeing as I'm going about shooting. So something a little bit different, and here's the results. Let's see how things panned out. Okay, so first there's several locations. I had quite a busy day running up and down the line, but this location is a nice little spot. It's an overbridge. It's one of the overbridges, so we've got a good view both directions, slightly elevated viewpoint. A couple of the vintage steam engines approaching. You can see the steam through the trees. I wanted to try and capture it from this angle. As you can see, the weather wasn't brilliant. It was starting to rain. It was pretty overcast, so I wanted to cut the sky out as much as possible as they approached me. So I shot from this side with the trees in the background, and I think the two shots I grabbed from here worked pretty well. You'll also notice there is actually an iPhone bolted to the front of the locomotive, which unfortunately I didn't see at the time. That was for a live stream that was happening on that day. And then we ran across the bridge. You can see the camera shot as we're running across the bridge to capture this shot from the other side, which works a lot better because you can't see that iPhone. And then as the two locomotives disappear off up the line on their 7-mile journey, I can head back over. I was also videoing as well, which is why I got the tripod. There'll be some video footage on the way. 7200, my Sigma 7200 f2.8 lens now attached. You can actually see the lens barrel in the shot. You get a really good idea of what the camera is seeing here. Getting ready for the engineering train to come through. It caught me out a little bit. It was absolutely chucking it down at this point, but I just managed to grab this shot. I wasn't really watching for it. I was trying to shelter all the equipment. This direction, it didn't really work. I took a few shots, but it didn't really work, so I kind of left it there. And at this point, I kind of ran back up the road and got to shelter. Back down at the depot a little bit later on, the rain has stopped. It's actually looking a lot nicer now. We've got one of the trains here in the station. We're going to take some shots as it departs, and I've opted to aim for the crew rather than the train with this one. So I've decided to go portrait, which obviously from a camera's eye point of view puts us on our side, but you'll see the shots in a minute. So I'm focusing on the crew, doing some portraits of the crew. It's important to capture the people as well as the railway. So we've got a couple of shots of the firemen of the second locomotive here. That's unfortunately oh, there we go. We managed to get them both on the second shot. And you can see there, I kept shooting for a little while. I got quite a few shots there, but obviously I picked out the best couple before we let the train go on its merry way. And as you can see here, I'm actually checking the video and checking the back of the camera. Then we move to a much sunnier section down at the lower terminus of the railway. This is the diesel we saw earlier on. I opted to switch angles. This angle didn't really work, although I am going to do a bit of colour popping with it, I think. I opted to swap to this side. You can see things are a lot sunnier. The sun is at roughly 90 degrees. I actually had a polarizer attached for this shot, just to try and give me slightly better skies. Just checking the back of the camera there, as you can see, as we go to take another shot, which was, of course, this one. No clouds, unfortunately, though, so the sky is a little bit bland. And then swap back over to the other end of the site again, still videoing. You can just see it in the bottom of the shot. Obviously, it's not in my actual camera shot. I had a wide-angle lens attached for this, by the way. Unfortunately, these didn't really work, so I opted not to bother post-processing them. I did take a few that way, but I did get some more shots, as you can see here, of the locomotive sitting around the station, waiting for a bit of a special event. We had a gathering of all of the railway's locomotives, which was the whole purpose of the event. A nice close-up black and white shot there. They work really, really well with steam locomotives. If you want to give those a try, they're brilliant shots. The little diesels were out as well, and then we had, at the end of the day, a gathering of absolutely everything, which rounded off the day quite nicely, and that was our little trip to Tywyn at the weekend. So I really want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for checking it out. Remember to hit that like button, and if you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button, and remember to hit the bell notification icon as well, so you make sure you get notified whenever I'm posting a new video. So for now, take care wherever you are in the world, and happy shooting.